Do 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 do. This is the end of a decade. We're going into 2020. This is going to be a film favoritism. This is my opinions on all the films released this decade for each year, best and the worst. With my great mic quality, let's get into this. Disclaimer: this is an opinionated list, so you're bound to disagree with this. I don't really care if you disagree with me. Just letting you know, I don't really want to. I don't want to see people saying you missed this. If you don't have a problem with I put on a list, you say that film's good, and it's not bad, or this film is that I put that's good, it's actually bad. You can tell me that, but I don't really want to hear all of you. Not very many people are going to be watching this. This is my bet, but I don't want to hear you missed this film because if I've seen it, then I don't think it's that good or it's that bad, or I haven't seen it and I might get around to this. I haven't seen every film this decade, obviously. I actually haven't seen that many movies, I should say. I don't know why I can't speak. I do movies because I don't know. I thought it was the easiest thing to do. Also, I do have favoritism. I do like animated films and superhero films more than other films, but there are other films that you'll see other than those. So yeah, I've seen more films at the end of the decade rather than the beginning of the decade. I was 10 years old when the decade began, and now I'm almost 20. So you can know when I was born. Now, so let's have this dilly dallying. Let's get into the decade. I've always wanted to do a decade wrap up, and now I'm finally doing it. Hopefully, the next decade will be better. But let's get into this. We're going back. There's my mouse to 2010. 2010. I didn't think much of the year. I thought it was just okay, another year, because I had never went to another decade before. No one talked about being new decades, so I didn't think anything of it. And now I realize, oh wait, I entered a new decade when I know it's 2010. So I guess I should say this before we get into this. For every best and worst, there is going to be a honorable, because I feel like I don't want to leave anything out. So one honorable film and least honorable film was mentioned here. Also, keep in mind that for some years I won't have any honorable mentions for some stuff because I just didn't see anything that good or that bad that year. Let's go back into it. So, what's the best thing of 2010 I've seen? Well, it's Toy Story 3. I'm going to say Toy Story 4. Toy Story 3, I'm going to do this rapid fire for the movies because I'll be here forever. Toy Story 3 is a great ending to the trilogy and a great ending to the story franchise. And I said ending. This is the last film because the other film, we'll get to that one later. This is a great film, and it might be my favorite Toy Story trilogy. I'm still not sure on that one. Loved it. My honorable mention is Tangled. I like this film quite a bit, and it's better than Frozen. So, what's the worst film of the decade? Well, it's Alice in Wonderland, one of Tim Burton's worst remakes, but Charlie and the Chocolate Factory came out last decade, so can't put that on this list. It's horrible, boring, and it's not even the worst film, but it's the worst of the 2010s. I didn't see anything else as bad as this film, so no honorable mentions for this year. Let's go into 2011, which was a year where I started to grow up, ironically enough. I don't think it was. Most people say it's when they're a teenager. I think it was 2011 for me. And my favorite film is Kung Fu Panda 2, which is kind of weird to say, but I saw this recently actually, and I quite liked it. It's entertaining, even though the title's retarded sounding. If you think about it, like Kung Fu Panda 2, like really, that's a film that's actually good. Yeah, it is good. I quite liked it. I like the original, but took me forever to see the second one all the way through. And I was glad I did. Good film. Not best though. My honorable mention for 2012, 11 was Harry Potter Deathly Hallows Part 2. Probably the best Harry Potter film released. It doesn't compare at all to the book, which is my problem with Harry Potter films, that they don't really live up to the book's greatness. This is the closest one. It still has some problems, but I think it's entertaining enough to get on this list. It's also the only Harry Potter film. Is it the only Harry Potter film released this decade? I'm pretty sure Deathly Hallows Part 1 came out in 2010. But yeah, a lot of fond memories of this film. So what's the worst of 2011? DSP. I don't even know if I should count this, but I had to count it. It was so bad. I couldn't even get through this film. I'll be honest. I made it's just, but I I couldn't even find a good image of this. It's the best image I could find. It's horrible. It's Medea. They're really bad. They're like trying to be. I thought they're supposed to be comedies, but they're like not. It's just not. Even the jokes were not funny. This is a horrible film. I could not get through it. So I couldn't get through it. Then I guess that's bad. And then the honorable mention is Smurfs. This is just a horrible film. It's one of those cartoons in the real world film. It's probably the worst one. It's not as bad as Medea. This is. I hate. You look at this poster, which I couldn't find a good poster because no one likes this film. I guess. It's not adorable. It's not sweet. It's not perfect for the family. It's horrible. Get the hell out of here. 2012 is when the world ended. You know, we're about to enter 2020. The world ended in 2012, if you remember. I'm going to keep in mind I haven't seen every film. Or I didn't see a lot of films early in this decade, so that's why you got to see some really weird choices. So let's see. What's the best for 2012? It's Wreck-It Ralph, another animated film. Yeah, I know. But this film is really good, and I quite like this. Much like Toy Story, this is not going to be the last time you see Wreck-It Ralph on this list, but it's for a different reason. So Wreck-It Ralph is a great film. I liked it. I originally saw it 1/6, had Sonic was in it. That's how much of a loser I am. But then I got a good film. This is before I actually got into Disney films, which happened this decade. So yeah, there you go. Wreck-It Ralph. Watch it. It's great. It's still good. Honorable mentions The Avengers. It's almost up there, but I think it's been bigger and better MCU movies. I couldn't find a good image of it for Avengers. Whatever. Here's the poster. Everyone's seen this film, so I don't have much to talk about it. But it was a really big event, and somehow they made it. I didn't think this would be a bigger event as a kid. It's like, well, this is really cool, but they somehow got even bigger after this. This is when I really got into Marvel after this film. Like, oh, I wanted because I thought it was cool. They're all connected, and I wanted to learn more about it. At that time, I was really into Spider-Man. Which, speaking of Spider-Man, I hate this film mostly because when I first saw it, I was so mad that they didn't make Spider-Man 4. I was waiting for Spider-Man 4 so long, and then I got this horrible film. Even though this is when I started to get into, this came out, I started to get really into Spider-Man. Actually, research him a little bit more. Like, actually, that's the first kid I went out to research because I liked him a lot as a kid. And I just liked him even more the more I learned about the character. And then I got this film, which I knew was which was just not true at all to the character that I love so much. They fucked him in the ass. It's a horrible film. It's not. I don't think it's as bad as I remember it being. From what I've seen, though, it doesn't look good either. But I still have so much grudge for this film. I had to put the worst film this year. This honorable mention goes to Ice Age Continental Drift, which I saw like once on TV, and it was horrible. I don't think Ice Age films are good, really. I think the first one might be okay, but these sequels are horrible, and this one was really bad. I haven't seen any others past this one, so don't ask. 2013 is a film that I don't really have the year I don't really haven't seen that much films in, so that's why the best film is Monsters University, and I don't even think it's that good. I liked it. This is the best film in the 2013 I've seen. It's probably better that I missed because I'm a loser. But I know a lot of people don't like this film. I thought it's okay. It's not. It doesn't live up to the original, other than the animation being better. But I liked it. Hey, sue me. I know honorable mention for best film because the best film here. I don't think is that good. The worst film was Man of Steel. This film is probably one of the worst superhero films I ever saw. I haven't seen the worst superhero films that people talk about, but this one made me feel sick. I've seen all the DCEU films, and this is the worst one. DC Extended Universe films, I should say. It's just even the poster makes me feel sick. Like already, ugh. They somehow made Superman even more boring than the character already is. I'm not a fan of Superman as it is, but I like the Christopher Reeve film. So at least I can say that. Even though I'm not the biggest fan, I know there's a right way to do this, and making him this boring was a huge because one of the reasons why people like him is because he's this charming character. Right here, he's just on mope. He doesn't really work as mopey character because why is he mopey? There's no reason for him to be depressed. If the people like the villain, but I think he kind of sucks. Doesn't really make. Like, I just didn't like this film. The whole actions made me I had to go to the bathroom the whole time. I just did not like this film. It did not sit well with my stomach. The honorable mention to say for 2013 was Sharknado. What a horrible film. This is gonna be an entertaining film at least. That was a boring film, horrible film. Stop lying. People watch this because of the title. They thought it was gonna be funny. No, it wasn't. It was bad, but not bad in the way I wanted to. It wasn't a room film. It wasn't a Birdemic film. It was Sharknado. Enough said. 2014. I got not much retrospective 2014, so let's get into it. The best film is Wabash by this is a great film about a drummer, and that's all I'm going to say about this. A lot of people you probably heard about this film. It's a great. I loved it. I actually, I've been I don't have much to say about this film other than it's great. Though it is about drums. So you don't like drumming, then I guess you shouldn't watch this film. But if you do like drums, then you should watch this film. Yeah. The honorable mention is Guardians of the Galaxy. I like this film quite a bit. There's lots of other films that are good this year, but I chose this one because it's the one that I go back to the most. Sorry, Winter Soldier fans, but I like this one a bit more. It's a great film. It was very unique. Cause of course, Alex and everyone else, I knew nothing about these guys. So this actually made me more interested in Marvel. Like, there's more obscure characters. I thought the most obscure character was Carnage because I was a dumb kid. But that's I don't think he was obscure. I never thought that character was obscure, but I was off the top of my head. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, great film. This one got me into Marvel characters. I think maybe I don't know. Maze Runner 2 is the worst film. Maze Runner 1 is the worst film of 2012. Maze Runner 2 is the worst film of 2014. However, I rather watch this film again because it was really, really funny. This is a great unintentional comedy. The villains are horrible. The suit looks better, but he kills people. He doesn't kill people. He gets people killed. It's really funny. This still is Spider-Man, and Phillips top it all off. There are plenty of good reviews on this film that showcase how bad it is. Some people think this film is good. I have no idea why. There's like no other than an unintentional comedy. There's like nothing redeeming about this film. It's just bad. Dishonorable mentions goes to Dumb and Dumber 2. I'm not even a big fan of the original Dumb and Dumber film, but this film is just like lazy and not funny. It's just like okay, yeah. Number 2015 is the year of 2015. So let's go into 2015 with the best, which was Inside Out, which was what brought. I felt this is the film that brought Pixar back. Even though I said like Monster University, this is the film that felt like yes, we got another original film after so long. For like 5 years, it felt like we didn't even like, get anything that revolutionary. And this one was that. Even a lot of people, you guys already seen this film already, probably, but watch it again. And Kung Fu Panda 3, I like this film. I told Dylan, I like all the Kung Fu Panda films. This one's good. Maybe it's not as good as the other ones. I don't think so. I liked it quite a bit. Not much to say else about it, but I don't know what to say else to say, but go watch it if you haven't. Worst film is Vacation. It's kind of a very pointless reboot. Not only a remake, but is a reboot. It's not. It's just not good. Like I don't know. This is probably the worst vacation film. I haven't seen that weird Christmas Vacation spin-off starring Cousin Eddie, but this is just yeah. This one sucks. 2016, which I haven't picked because that was a gay year. What's the best of 2016? Well, it's Captain America: Civil War. This this film, man, this film. I was so hyped to see this film, and I was like, imagine seeing a film you're so hyped for, and then the hype pays off. Ah, sometimes the hype succeeds the film. You think the film's going to the hype. No, this film succeeded the hype that I had. Oh man, this was a great film. I think Spider-Man in the MCU was great, even though I felt they misused him now. I don't like the direction they went with him afterwards, but when I saw him just cross over with my other characters I liked, it was great. This was a great film, and I think this one stepped it up. A lot of people didn't like this film for petty reasons, pretty much, and this destroyed the another character film that was very similar to this. What's the best honorable mention film? Well, it's Founder. Kind of weird film to put here, but I'll give you a handshake deal. If you know what handshake deal is, then you see this film. If you want to know more about McDonald's and its founder, well, we'll watch Founder, and I'll give you another handshake deal. Moonlight, yeah, you're wondering why it's on the list. Like, it wasn't this the best? Didn't this win the Academy Award for Best Film? Yes, and I'm saying it's horrible. Usually, I don't really watch many artsy films, and if the film is like quote unquote artsy, then usually it's not good because if they're trying to be if they're trying to be artsy, that means they really don't know how to make a film. They're just trying using techniques that they heard work. And this is one of those films that does that. This is a really, really bad film. This actually might be one of the worst films I ever saw. I'm actually curious to why this film won, other than the fact that it has black people in it and it's gay. Because they had controversy, because there's not many black people in the Oscars, so not many a black film. and it's this one that's gay, even though it really doesn't add to the plot at all. Horrible, horrible film. Do not watch this. I'm actually curious if there's anyone out there who can tell me why this film is good. 'Cause I think it's horrible. Very boring. Nothing goes on. It tries to be artsy, but fails. Doesn't know how to use film techniques. It's a bad film. The honorable mention is Batman Superman. This is the film I talked about that Captain America Civil War pretty much beat out in every way. This is not the. I don't think I didn't hate this film as much as everyone else did, but it's not a good film. It's a fun film to make. It's a fun film to make fun of. The title's dumb. I like Batman. I like the Wonder Woman. Other than that, everything else is horrible. Superman once again sucks in this film. Yeah, it's just okay. Batman v Superman. Dawn of Justice. They really messed up those DC films. 2017. We're getting into good stuff. When I mean good stuff, I mean, oh, I had to burp. What's the best of the year? It's another Pixar film. I had a Pixar bias. Coco. This is one of it's an Inside Out thing. I kind of the same things. This is kind of like brought the same feelings that Inside Out did. I was like, wow, we got another great Pixar film. I've been waiting for these. They're so few and far between nowadays. Like, what the hell? This is a great film and some great animation, much like Inside Out. This is basically what every Pixar film should be, and I'm hopeful for new films that are coming next decade. What's honorable mention? Well, it's another Guardians of the Galaxy film. This was really close to being the best film. This one's even better than the original. It's so entertaining. I it is actually one of the most emotional Marvel films too. This one is really good. I love this film. I love both films. Yeah, even for non-superhero films, dude, I actually recommend Guardians of the Galaxy a lot. I know a lot of people who aren't even superhero fans and like Guardians of the Galaxy. That's how good they are. So, what's the worst is this god awful remake of Beauty and the Beast. I hate this god awful remake. This woke version of Beauty and the Beast, so ugly CGI, horrible retelling of the story that they already retold greatly in the 1991 version. Go watch the original 1991 version, Beauty and the Beast version, that was like nominated for Academy Award for Best Picture. That's how good that original film is. This film is horrible. Get the fuck out of my face. Downsizing. Honorable mention for this honorable mention. This is one of the most boring, terrible films I've ever seen. I make fun of it all the time to my family because we saw it. So this film sucks. just thinking about it. It's more funny to make fun of this film than actually watch it. I thought it was gonna be a funny film, but it wasn't. They freaking put global warming as a message for the film, which doesn't make any sense. Like nothing about this film makes sense. Get out of my face. 2018. I was the class of 2018. That's all I'm going to say about that. What's the best film this year? Well, it was Infinity War, of course. One of the biggest films of the year and probably the biggest film of the decade next to the other one. This film was amazing, and I watched it so many times when it came out. Loved it. It was such a big thing. This is the film that kind of defined this decade for me. I watched it so many times, and I was just like, wow, this is such a great job. What's the honorable mention? Well, this one was so close, but I just think Infinity War just like that bigger film. You surprised? I like superhero films, like animated films. This one should be number one. It's just so close. This is one of the best superhero films I've seen since Spider-Man 3, which is actually I think Spider-Man 3 is a good film, by the way. Sue me. Spider-Man and Spider-Verse. Well, it's such a love letter to the character, and it's such a great looking film. It's probably one of the best looking animated CGI animated films of all time. It's a gorgeous film. I mean, a lot of people have seen this film already now, and I cannot wait for Spider-Verse 2 coming in the new decade. What's the worst of 2018? Well, it's Rob Breaks the Internet, one of my least favorite films of all time. If you remember way back at the beginning of this video, I said that Wreck-It Ralph is one of my favorite films. Well, I think Rob Breaks the Internet is one of my least favorite films. This somehow took the amazing original film and just messed it up and made a really horrible version of the film where I'm gonna talk about this film more when I get to my Disney ranking and how much I hate this film. I'm not kidding. This is my least favorite Disney animated film. I haven't seen the DirecTV sequels, but this is so far it's the worst. I really hate this film, and the fact people actually like this is more baffling to me. So yeah, that's the worst. Honorable mention goes to Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. This one was really bad. And as a Harry Potter fan, I was offended as much as everyone else was. I don't know what J.K. Rowling or the hell her name is was thinking when she made this film. This is an insult. This is worse than the Cursed Child. I mean, it was fun though watching all those videos, like every because this is Harry Potter. This was the Harry Potter fans Phantom Menace basically. I feel bad for Star Wars fans. They have so many bad films. Phantom Menace, The Last Jedi, The Rise of Skywalker. Three bad films. People Attack of Clones. I don't think that bad, but I'm digressing right now. Let's go to 2019, the last year on this hit list of 2010s. We're just killing off this year. Let's just start with the best film, one of the best films of the decade, to be honest, because I've seen more films in 2019 than any other decade. When it is the best film, I mean it's the best film. It's Joker, a Todd Phillips film starring Joaquin Phoenix. It's amazing. They wanted to take it down, but they couldn't stop it from making this film hit $1 billion with an R rating and not even going to China. It made it $1 billion. So take that. This film, I love this film because it's just great. Not only does that, but I like how it just like craps all over the media. You know, it's just a genuinely good film too. It's a great psychiatric study. It's like this dark. This is a film that you won't stop thinking about days later, even if you were like didn't think it was good because you're like getting like the only reason people don't really like this film is because it goes against their political beliefs and they thought it was too dark. So yeah, that's the reasoning. So they didn't get the hell out of here. This film was great. I loved it. Almost a little bit more. I like this a little bit, just a little bit more than the next film. Only a little bit. But that was Avengers Endgame. It's not as good as Infinity War, and there are some problems that kind of make it not as good as the Joker. Even though that has really high highs, I do like this film quite a bit. This one has more points, but this is the highest grossing film of all time, and I'm happy for it. It beat Avatar, which I think I'm actually glad it did that because Avatar was kind of shit film, so that came out last decade, so I can't talk about that. This was an exciting end to the MCU, though it has some problems. I'm looking at one of them right there, and that one problem is actually I'm going to talk about in my worst spot of 2019, which is Captain Marvel. Oh my God, was this film painful to get through? The worst MCU film. I didn't put any MCU films on the 2010s worst list, even though I could. I could have put Iron Man 3 as the worst. By side, like, it's just not that bad. This film, however, just like made me want to stop, just boycott the whole franchise, which says a lot, like, about this film. Not only is the film not good in general, but the behind the scenes stuff around it just like made me like basically the only reason this film made money is because it was attached to Marvel. But if it wasn't, it would have been like Charlie's Angels, a flop. By dishonorable mention goes to Toy Story 4. We started the beginning of this decade with Toy Story 3 saying oh it's the best film, and now I'm having Toy Story 4 as my dishonorable mention. I hate this film a lot. This might not be one of the worst films, but what it does to the Toy Story brand in just one film, this is a film that people are gonna look back on later on, even if people liked it somehow. I'll be like, oh yeah, this one wasn't just like this was like this should have ended with Toy Story 3. People like it's an epilogue. No, it's not. It's not an epilogue. It ruins everything from the original Toy Story franchise, which I respect a lot more than the people who made this film. They basically took the original script for Toy Story 4. These woke people shout over it. I mean, this abomination. Get off my face. Uh, enough of that negativity. 2020, please be good. Please be better than the last decade. Actually, 2010's weren't that bad. However, if you're someone like me who suffers from mental disabilities, then yeah, it is kind of difficult. I'm hoping that 2020 can change it around a little bit, and we won't have Toy Story 4. However, we had some great films, as I mentioned before, but I had to end on a bad film, so now all I think about is Toy Story 4, which I think I might just like more than Captain Marvel. However, I think it's a better made film, so that's why it is honorable mention. I don't want to talk about Toy Story 4 anymore. 2020, what's going to happen? Well, Sonic's getting a movie, and I'm going to watch it, and let's see, will that be the best or worst film of 2020? Who knows? I'll see you in 10 years for the next time I do this, which I am not even sure I'll still be here. So, yes, thank you for watching, and peace out, and have a swell day. Happy New Year's. And don't forget to like, I guess you like it. Thank you so much. That's it. Why are you still here? I was clicked off like a while ago. You want to hear something? Well, here it is. Fuck you.